for problem number 1. We're going to use the Excel OM software for calculating or doing some forecasts. So in this particular case, you go to, after you've loaded your Excel OM software, you go to chapter number 4, forecast. In part A, it's asked us for a 3-week moving average to determine the demand for October the 12th. So we're going to select the very first one. As you can see from the screen, there are several different possibilities of different forecasting techniques, which are described in your lectures. We'll go through almost all of these for doing calculations. So you take the moving average. There are 6 periods of data. There's 6 periods and they're in weeks. And it wants to know the 3 most recent. So the 3 most recent weeks. So we'll go OK. Now, I earlier already pre-populated it, so I'd save you having to watch me fumble around. I've also verified that the numbers are correct. So I've simply taken the questions out of the book and put the data into the software. And you could do this using the copy and paste feature from the MyOM Labs. And whether you're doing the study plans or you are doing the quiz or the midterm exam. So you can see there's 3 periods of data to average. The data is entered, and the answer for part A is here. So the answer for October the 12th is 374.33 liters of, in this case, type A blood. And I worked in the healthcare sector. They do have to forecast this to make sure that they have enough for people who have emergencies for car accidents or need a transfusion of some sort. So for this particular problem, that's all that we need to do. Simply enter the data, make sure we've got the 3-week average on moving average. In part B, we go back to chapter number 4. In this case, we have a weighted moving average. If you've listened to the lecture, the oldest information always has the least amount of weight. The weighting that has the highest significance or weight is the most recent, which will come up in a moment. So you have 6 periods of data. You have 3 periods because you're given 3 weights. And okay, now I'll copy and paste from here. Fill in our table. Now, it's a little unfortunate where they put the weights, that they put that at the top, because some students have thought that this is going to multiply the weight by the number beside it when it doesn't. The people who created the software did label it that 1 period ago, 2 periods ago, 3 periods ago. So the oldest data is 10%, 30%, and 60%. And if you're ever wondering about the formulas, you can go Control-tilde on your computer and it'll show you all the formulas that they're using. So this is actually taking the weight of the 10, 30, and 60% and multiplying it by row 10, 11, and 12 from column B. If you ever want to see the background to this, this is the formula. This is what you do on your calculator. But you don't have to do it on your calculator because we're using spreadsheets, which is the way that it's done in industry. Industry doesn't use calculators. Industry uses technology, spreadsheets, specialized software programs, etc. So the answer is 372.9, which is a different answer than we had in part A because we're using a different mathematical technique. So that is the forecast for October 12th. Simple stuff. Now, in part C, it asks us to use exponential smoothing. So we go back to chapter, we go to forecast, we go exponential smoothing. This case, it simply wants to know how much previous data we have. And we have the 6-week period of time. So we go, okay. I'll copy and paste again. Now, the weighting factor, the alpha, is given to you as 20%. And it's also important to realize that we need the first forecasted number, which is also 360. So what you'll get used to, if you aren't already, is filling in the peach area. If I eliminated the dates, that wouldn't matter. But what you have to do is put in the alpha, put in the previous actual numbers, and you need to put in the forecast, the what would be cell D8 in this case. And it's 360, so we don't have to change it. So this is the answer for part C. This is forecast for October the 12th. It's 374.26. So 3 different techniques, 3 different numbers, and that will help you with problem 1 of your either quiz or your midterm exam, should it be there, which hint, hint, it will be.